Good evening and welcome to the Township of Chatham Township Committee meeting for Thursday, July 20th, 2017. Greg, has adequate notice been given?
Yes, adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. Notice was given to both the Chatham Courier and the Morris County Daily Record on January 6, 2017. Notice was posted on the main hallway, on the bulletin board in the main hallway of the municipal building on January 6, 2017, and notice was filed with the Township Clerk on January 6, 2017.
Thank you. Do you please stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Mauer?
Here.
Mr. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Sullivan, I understand, will be a little late. Deputy Mayor Swartz?
Here.
Mayor Ritter?
Here. A motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Before we begin with the oath of office, we actually are just going to run through our reports real quickly, so I appreciate everyone's patience here. I know it's an exciting evening. We're welcoming 2 new officers to the department, and very proud of these 2 young men serving our community. So we'll try to keep our reports quick so we can get to that shortly, but I appreciate your patience. So we'll start off with John.
No reports.
Thank you. Mike?
No reports.
This will be real quick.
They want cake, too. I do have some reports. First of all, I have to tell you that the Senior Center of the Chathams had a great trip to New Jersey Jackals baseball yesterday and a side visit to the Yogi Berra Museum. It was great. We would love for it to have been better attended, but in the heat of the day, with seniors, you don't want people too far from home when it's going to be 90 degrees. But it was great. The Senior Center is going to have a lot more of these trips. They're planning a trip in the fall to the New York Botanical Gardens. They're planning a trip later on in the year to the Cathedral of St. John the Divine, as well as the cloisters. And they're great trips, and we hope that they're really well attended. Our Senior Center is making great strides in name recognition and participation in events, so I urge everybody out there to check the newsletter out online, check the calendar of events. There really, literally is something for everybody. Our DPW continues to make our township look spick and span. We got some great reports from Colony over the past weekend. Colony is obviously up and running and in the fullness of the season. The grounds are immaculate. The new construction that we had overseen by our township engineer has been great. So anybody who has a chance to come by and visit Colony Pool Club, please do so. It really is a great feather in the cap of the township, and our DPW who works so hard to keep it that way. We have also noticed them around town replacing a lot of LED lights here in our building for a greater energy efficiency. They've done a lot of invasive plant removal along some of our highways and byways here. We actually do not own the equipment that we have used to do a lot of this. We talk about shared services here on the Township Committee a lot, and one of the neat things about shared services when it comes to our DPW is that they have great working relationships with surrounding towns. So to invest 6 figures in a piece of machinery we're only going to use once or twice a year doesn't make financial sense, but because they have great cordial relationships with our surrounding communities, we're able to work hand in hand. So they've done a lot of work around town. Down at the compost depot, you're going to find as much mulch as you could possibly need, although the delivery service is done. Come on down and get it. Skate park has seen necessary repairs over the last couple of weeks, and just a general overall thank you to our DPW for their great spirit, for their cooperative attitude around town. We've got big paving going on in many neighborhoods. They are keeping an eye out, although it's not necessarily their responsibility, but our DPW cares about our town very much. Speaking of paving, New Jersey American Water, John, I know you'll report on the benefits of paving it sooner rather than later, or the lack thereof, when it comes to the Lafayette Avenue water main replacement. Montana, their contractor, is down on Lafayette Avenue at least once a week at our beck and call to replace some of the areas that are hard to navigate. Our police force here drives up and down Lafayette Avenue every day, and I know that they know that it's a tough road to travel. Our residents know that too. So New Jersey American Water is trying to keep it a safe road in the meantime by making sure Montana is down there. That's what I got, Your Honor.
Great, thank you very much. I got a couple of items. Just piggybacking on the Colony report, pleased to report that Colony Pool Club continues to be the jewel of Chatham Township, as it were. Membership this year has surpassed last year's membership. They've had a successful tween night last night, and overall people are enjoying the club. And of course, even though we're midway through summer, still opportunities to join the club, and you can do so at visiting www.thecolonypoolclub.org. So I encourage you to come on out and enjoy the fresh water at the Colony Pool Club. Keeping with the theme tonight with the police department, August 1st is National Night Out. The chief gets here, perhaps we'll provide some more details. We'll have details on our website later this week. There's several block parties, as it were, that night. We'll be traveling around with the police department. So thank you, gentlemen, again for your efforts, and encourage all residents to get involved and come on out on August 1st. On September 23rd, we're going to be hosting our second annual Out of the Darkness Suicide Awareness Walk. We were reminded again, unfortunately, this past week how prevalent this is in our surrounding communities, and just encourage people to get involved. You can learn more about this walk at www.afsp.org/Chatham TWP. The walk committee is actually meeting next Wednesday, July 26th at 7 p.m. here in the municipal building. If you have an interest in getting involved in the walk, you can email me at mayor@chathamtownship-nj.gov. And then the last item I just want to report on is these past 2 weeks, I've actually had the privilege of conducting 2 weddings. The first, I think, was reported in the tap the other day. So I just want to say congratulations to John Bear and Trish Mahoney, whose wedding was earlier this week and the week prior, actually at my house, was Donayar and Laura Akhmetshin. So it's one of the privileges you have as mayor to marry people. So it's been a privilege and an honor, and of course, another great honor tonight. We'll be swearing in our 2 newest police officers. So that's all I have to report. John?
Thank you, Mayor. Paving has started. We've completed the entire Sunset neighborhood area, and looks great. And we're working in the Van Houten neighborhood at the moment. That work is going to continue tomorrow, and then likely be completed by next Wednesday. We are updating the schedule every afternoon. We try to get it, the schedule updated by 3 o'clock. Contractor usually works by 4, so we have a pretty good handle on what the completion date is, what the completion of the work is, and what his schedule is for the next day. And it's usually posted, by the time we send it out, it usually gets posted within an hour or 2. And so after 5 o'clock usually is when the schedule is finalized and people can look at that. We are paying a very competitive or very good price for the price per ton of asphalt. And one of the reasons for that is that the expectation of the contractor, he's trying to get 1,000 to 1,200 tons a day. That's their production rate. So they're pushing to try and get that rate. However, not all the time they get that, because sometimes they have problems with their equipment, sometimes problems with trucking, sometimes the trucks get stuck at the plant. It's a number of issues, and sometimes just some of the work that they're doing just is more time consuming. If they're working on an cul-de-sac, they have to work the grades. It's just a little slower. So they're not getting, some days they get the tonnage that they're looking for, some days it's not as much. But we are posting and handing notices out, assuming they are going to get to 1,200 tons. And so the really only complaint that we've had so far was that some people do get noticed twice. We put the notice out that they're going to pave their road the next day, and unfortunately they're just shy of getting it, and then they get noticed again. But even though the people see the trucks going down, they just, we've had some 2 people complain about being re-noticed. But unfortunately, it's something that is unavoidable. It's just the nature of the work. It's just they're doing their best to try and keep that production around 1,000 to 1,200 tons. But They've had some days where one day they had only 500 tons, and so that was a day that really was a problem because a lot of people were noticed twice because they just had trucking problems. They just couldn't, their trucks, they just didn't have enough trucks and there was the delay. So again, we are handing out notices every night before. We're trying to keep everyone informed and accommodate as much as we can. We've had one person call with some special circumstances, and we juggled the schedule, and we made it work. And so we're doing our best to accommodate everyone that we can. So I'm hoping that everything continues well and no issues. The quantities are right on target, so we're right on budget, and so hopefully everything goes smooth. We have not, I am in the process of pushing DOT to get authorization to pave Roberts and Spring Street, the section of the grant. They are now in the database and they're processing the information that we're sending to them. So I am hopeful that we may be able to just continue with the project when they're in the Dale neighborhood to continue those roads. I'm hopeful that that can be completed also. And just circling back to Lafayette, the main concern that I've had with Lafayette is because of some of the settlement that we've had, and we want to make sure that there's a substantial period of time where we're not seeing any more settlement, and that's the main concern, because we certainly don't want to go in, pave, and then we start seeing cracks forming and then the subbase. So, the trench is starting to stabilize. We are monitoring it. We do want to try and get that paving done as soon as possible, and minimize the max extent possible to impact the school. So we're watching it closely. So I think over the next couple of weeks, we may start talking about when to do that paving.
The New Jersey American Water wanted to push for doing it before the end of the school, before the end of the summer. Before the school year started.
And that may be possible. If we start getting a level of comfort that the trench is stopped settling and it's stable, and then if Montana is constantly going out there and fixing it, well, that's a problem because it's settling. We don't want it to settle after they pave. So we're monitoring it, and we do want to get it paved as soon as possible. And again, not to inconvenience the school.
Great.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, John. I just want to commend you again for your efforts in communicating the paving in the various neighborhoods in town. I think between you and the police department and everything that's going on, neighbors have been well aware of what's going on and greatly appreciative of the communications and obviously the end result of a nice, clean, flat street to drive on.
Good. I wasn't sure if this was a lynch mob for me or not.
Not today.
Tom?
Not today.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I have a couple of things tonight. I'll try to speak slowly so that we can get to the other part of the agenda that everybody's so anxious about.
The chief is here somewhere.
Is he back? Okay. That's what we were waiting for. I want to touch on Colony Pool a little bit more. I want to remind everyone, we do have a policy that any time the temperatures reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit, that Chatham Township seniors are welcome to come over to Colony and enjoy the facility free of charge. In the past, we have not had a lot of participation on that, but I would really like to encourage people to, come on over, get out of the heat and come over and, join your neighbors and take a swim. Along the same lines, I'd also like to encourage families that if you have senior parents that are living in Chatham Township, pony up and buy them a membership. The senior membership for an individual is only $50 for the whole season. That's for township residents 62 years and up. And a senior couple, of which only one needs to be 62, is only $80. So it would be a nice gift for mom and dad, and we would urge you to please do that.
To that end, Tom, I was just thinking, maybe with the senior center, do we know of seniors who want to join but may not have the funds, and perhaps we could do a sponsor?
I don't know that, but I will go down Monday and talk to Pam and see.
Maybe they have a list,
Yeah.
residents can sponsor a senior or something.
Yeah, we could look to do that.
Great.
Okay. We have a movie night coming up at Colony Pool next Friday, July 28th. I want everybody to know that's open to everyone. You do not need to be a Colony member to attend the movie night. It is free. It's co-sponsored with the Municipal Alliance Committee of the Chathams, and I think the movie we're showing next Friday is Monsters, Inc. It's a lot of laughs, and when the weather cooperates, it's a really nice evening to spend with the kids. So we have those things with Colony, and as the mayor already mentioned, membership numbers are improved. Again, this year we have surpassed last year's total, and we have a month to go. So I have a report from Debbie King, the CFO. On July 6th, we held a bond anticipation note sale that will mature next July 11th, in the amount of $9,181,750. We received a total of 4 bids. The winning bid was submitted by TD Bank N.A. with a net interest cost of 1.17%, based on an interest rate of 1.17% and a premium of 0. So I think Greg has a copy of the bid results for you. And in the consent agenda, there's a resolution that relates to this note sale that basically says the township is committed to complying with all the IRS requirements to offer and maintain these notes as tax-free investment for people. So that's it. That's what I have.
Great, thank you. Chief, any report on your end? I have no report. No report, okay. We're going to quickly move on to a hearing of citizens. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to step forward and be heard on issues which are not topics scheduled for public hearing tonight. To help facilitate an orderly meeting, we ask you to please limit your comments to 3 minutes. I will close out the hearing of citizens, and we have the consent agenda. Greg, you want to read those off for us?
This evening, we have Resolution 2017-136, payment of bills, 2017-137, receipt of reports, 2017-138, approving meeting minutes, 2017-139, approving executive session minutes, 2017-140, refunding overpayment of taxes, 2017-141, refunding permit fee, 2017-142, bond anticipation notes, 2017-143, approving sewer connection, 2017-144, authorizing change order for Wickham Woods Phase 2, 2017-145, awarding paving contract, and 2017-146, releasing escrow balances.
Do a motion to approve.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Mr. Mauer?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Schwartz?
Yes.
Mayor Ritter?
Yes. All right, we'll open up for another hearing of citizens. If anyone wants to step forward. We'll close out the hearing of citizens. We'll now move on. Again, thank you very much for your patience to the oath of office for Patrolman Connor Manning and Patrolman Christopher Schultz. Chief?
Couldn't get it to work. I apologize, I had something, the mayor and I had something written up for both Connor and Christopher, and it's out there in email world somewhere, so I'm going to go with what I remember. For Connor, we'll start with Connor Manning. Don't hold me to this, and I'm going off memory here. Connor graduated the 88th basic class this past June, Morris County Police Academy. He's a 2016 graduate of Montclair State University, magna cum laude. Prior to the police academy, he worked for the Morris County Prosecutor's Office in the Megan's Law Unit. While he was in the police academy, he interned at both the Morris County Prosecutor's Office and the Morris County Office of Emergency Management. I'd like to acknowledge Jeff Paul, who's the director of the Office of Emergency Management, I'm sure, who is here tonight to see Connor sworn in. Connor is born and raised, I believe, in Denville. I'm going off memory here. His mom, his dad, his 2 grandmothers, his girlfriend, and his brother are all here tonight to watch him sworn in. So we'll start with Connor.
Great, thank you, Chief. And again, I just want to welcome Connor here tonight, entering this police force. And we're well aware and we're very proud of our police force. Chatham Township remains one of the safest communities in New Jersey, if not, in fact, the country itself, due to various initiatives and the hard work of the men of the workforce, the police force, from our community policing efforts, Neighborhood Watch, and other efforts. So I say congratulations, and I guess we'll do the swearing in right now.
Connor, come on up. Someone hold your Bible.
This way, hand the Bible, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Connor Manning,
I, Connor Manning,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States,
and in this state under the authority of the people.
and in this state under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Christopher Schultz. Not sure if he's born, but he lives now in Woodridge, Bergen County. Born and raised. He is also a graduate of the 88th basic class, Morris County Police Academy, graduated this past June with Connor. He's a 2014 graduate of Rutgers University, New Brunswick, where he was on the dean's list for several semesters. Prior to the police academy, he was in aviation security at Teterboro Airport. Come on up. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me acknowledge who's here for Christopher too. I'm sorry. His mom, Sue, his dad Ken, his sister Kelly, and his grandparents Flora and Charlie. All right, now come on.
I, Christopher Schultz,
I, Christopher Schultz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of police officer
of police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. All right, if Callie, you want to come up as well? We'll do a group shot with the committee, and then you can all do your family photos. Chief, the police guys, when we get everyone up.
Yeah, why not? Change it up a little bit. Congratulations. Bring all the guys, bring all the guys up. Thank you. Very excited. Muta. Come on, Muta.
He just came from the,
Stay right in the middle.
he just came from a round of golf.
I just came from the sunscreen didn't work.
Come on, smile, smile.
Great, you're on the back. We're just gonna have to be a little tighter on this, and kneel in front.
Get the red face up here.
The sunscreen broke down today.
Ed, you want another one for your camera? Or you gonna use that?
Sure.
All right, one more. Sorry. Thank you. Great.
Yeah, sure did.
Greg, do they need to sign this or no?
Good, how you doing? All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
You got some sun today, it looks like.
Playing in a member guest, and the sun kind of just...
Yeah, it was just baking today. Very good.
Okay, Bob, she goes back to and Dave Shea.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were done. Karen? Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Is there a second? All in favor? Thank you for joining us. Congratulations again.
Adjourn? Wait a second.
Kurt, that was a very effective, well-run meeting.
That could have been one of our fastest meetings. Even with the stall with the chief.
Kevin, where's Kevin?
The other way.
I would tell him the meeting's over, for sure. I think that's-
And there will be cake in the back. I didn't already announce that. Everybody? It's all right. Machiavelli and stuff. Yeah, one. Yeah. There's 3 on there.
Hey, Karen? Karen? I called Kevin and I texted him, so.
Okay. I left my envelope with my parents.
Congratulations again. You as well. Just come this way if you want. You can.
Like, if you watch.
There's stairs here. If that's. Shortcut.